Willie D live.
What's up, family? We got a woman who was fired for attending her husband's funeral. Yeah, fam, attending her husband's funeral. Let me tell you something, fam. This whole exchange is indicative of the phrase, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. This is cold-blooded right here, fam. Hold on.
I'm walking in here because these people just fired me right after my husband died. I literally just went to his funeral and then they fired me for one day. They didn't try to say I wasn't here all last week. I was literally here. I found out he died on the 24th. Sunday, I didn't have to work. I was here on Monday and I was told to go home as I had a breakdown at the job. And do you know they fired me after his funeral? So we going in here to figure out why. As I've been here for months and was told I was gonna get hired on. And now I haven't even got hired on. They get PTO time. My husband died. I have no PTO time. I'm outsourced through a temporary services and they call me and tell me because they had one bad day, I'm fired. And I wasn't here all last week. And the woman I report to was on PTO. So how I wasn't here?
Okay,
that should be a completely different project. Is it a reason why I was fired after my husband's funeral? Because they called me and told me I was fired. And his funeral was Saturday, and I was stuck on the plane and couldn't get here on time. They said that you put in that I was fired and you was out all week on PTO. Everybody knew that he died. I'm not looking for people to give me no sympathy, but I have two children to raise, and I need this job.
It has nothing to do with that. I was told, again, all I did was ask, are we gonna get a floater because you were not here? And apparently you were not here 3 days last week. So when I told Pete...
Who said I wasn't here 3 days last week? I sit for Miss Carol every day. Only days I was not here was Thursday and Friday, because I was going out to Ohio to his funeral.
Well, again, you apparently were not here. I wasn't here, so I can't say whether you were or not. I was told you were not. So that's what I told them. And he said nobody ever told him
I
that you weren't here.
I haven't even talked to Art. I haven't talked to Art since Buddy died. They don't even call me. I talk completely to you because we had a conversation about me talking to only you.
That's exactly right. But I told you that you still had to report to Art.
How I'm gonna report to people that don't respond?
Well, he said that he's never heard from you, and he sent you an email.
How he never heard from me when I've told you multiple times I can't get in touch with him? You even told me to go through you.
You need to call Art. You need to call Pete. That's your boss.
I didn't even know that. I don't even know who the hell Pete is.
Well, he sent you an email, he said.
No, he never did.
He said you submitted 44 hours to the agency last week. So, again, I have no idea what you're doing. It's not my problem.
I submitted 44 hours the week before. I didn't submit 44 hours last week. So these are the lies, and that's wrong. Now, I'm just saying, humanly, that's wrong. I've been here. I was told I was going to get hired on. I've been here since August. I was supposed to get hired on 90 days ago. Everybody else get PTO. I don't get it.
Right.
So I had to be here. When he died on the 24th, I was here on the 26th.
Correct. I remember. But I'm just telling you, you need to talk to Pete. There's nothing I can do.
This is some heartless ass shit. I don't know what's wrong with these people. This is some heartless ass shit. Matter of fact, just to show you people who's heartless and don't care. People don't care. So me and my children basically gonna be homeless now. I have nowhere to go.
What happened to the apartment?
We have the apartment, but I still owe $500 rent. Now I'm not gonna have that. And what am I gonna do next month? I have no job. It took me months to get this job. And they literally fired me right when my husband passed away. Who does that? Oh, I'm cool. I love you, Miss Carol. I'll try to stay in touch. I will.
All right. I'm not sure if the name on that video, Shavonna, looks like TikTok, Shavonna, Shavonna. I'm not sure if that's her name, but if it is, Get at me. Get at me. I think I can help you out. Get at me. I could tell that that woman needed that job, and the people who fired her, they could tell she really needed the job too. There was no empathy whatsoever. I get it, fam. You got a business to run and you got to make money. You got to have people there to make money. But come on, man, how about a little grace? The woman husband died. Just a, she said, hey, I'm not looking for no sympathy. You know, what she wanted is to continue to have her opportunity to earn money for her babies. She obviously, especially her husband died, you know, don't know what their financial situation was, or, you know, but I'm assuming that he was bringing something to the table. And now it's all on her. Come on, fam, that ain't cool. Come on, man. Let me tell you something, family. I've seen so many bullies in the workplace. A lot of y'all listening to me right now got bullies in the workplace. If you're not a bully yourself. Now, I don't think the people who subscribe to Willie D Live are bullies, because I don't really do bullies, right? Y'all know how I feel about all of that. But there are a lot of bullies in the workplace. And you know, those bullies who are in the workplace was either bullies at school or they was bullied at school, right? They were people who couldn't wait to get their lick back in the professional world, because when they were in school, they were overlooked. They were disrespected. They were bullied. So they couldn't wait to get that lick back once they became professionals. You see it all over this country. You see it in the private sector. You see it in the private business sector. You see it in government. Look at Donald Trump, straight up bully. You know that's the dude that got bullied when he was little. You know, ain't nobody gonna be. He's a dude that dudes didn't want to be like, and the girls didn't like. Come on, you know he got bullied, fam. You know that. So these people get their lick back when they get their hands on some money, when they get their hands on some power, when they get their hands on some authority, whether that be them owning a company and being over people, whether that be them working in management, or whether they're working in law enforcement, or working, a judgeship, politics. All of these even teachers. Some teachers are bullies. Some professors are bullies. Deans at university, they're bullies. Pastors, bullies. Yeah. A lot of these people are bullies because they were bullied in school, or they were already bullies when they were in school, and they just continued on bullying. This is not cool at all, man. I really feel for that woman. But I knew that she was done there when she went in there talking to them like that, because she was probably already done, right? It was probably just a wrap no matter what anyway. But once she went in there challenging them, they already, if you challenge your boss or your supervisor, whatever, you got about zero chance. You got almost a zero chance at getting your job back if you get fired. If you get fired or laid off, you got about zero chance of getting that job back if you challenge them, if you confront them, especially in front of other people. You confront them, if you sue them. That's why I knew Kaepernick would never work in the NFL again. Can't have Kaepernick in the NFL and he didn't sue the NFL. They got to make him out of an example. The example is, you don't sue the NFL. You sue us, you'll never work with us again. You'll never get another check from NFL. Although he did get another check, it was a settlement, but that's it. You'll never work with us again. So they'll write the check to get rid of you, but they won't allow you to work there again. I heard some people were saying that she needed to sue, right? she doesn't have a leg to stand on in that regard because she worked for a temp agency. So she cannot sue that company. She works for a temp agency. She can't even sue the temp agency. So because she has no guarantees. So, that should be a warning to all of us to have something for ourselves, have something going on. Everybody needs some type of side hustle. Don't put all those eggs in one basket. I don't care. I'm not going to try to discourage anybody for working for somebody because, not everybody wants those grand responsibilities. However, you should have some type of side hustle, something, even if it's something that ain't netting you, but a couple $100 a week. Even if you ain't getting nothing but a couple of $100 a week, it's something that you are doing for yourself. It's income, and you control it. You control how much you can make by the amount of hustle you put into it. Because putting all of your eggs into these corporate baskets, you're bound to end up with those eggs crashed at some point. I learned my lesson in corporate America a long, long time ago. Number one, I used to work for this oil company called Stanco Oil Company. It was huge back in the Gap. But I used to work for them, and I couldn't do that. It was a good company, actually. It's a good gig, but I couldn't stay up. I couldn't stay awake. So, because I had to get up early in the morning, I went to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning and had to be at work at 7. I'm dozing all in the bathroom, dozing, acting like I'm using the restroom. So I couldn't do that. Got fired I didn't get fired. I quit. I resigned. I didn't quit. I had a major job at Kentucky Fried Chicken. I was a top cook. I was one of the greatest cooks they ever had, man. People they would come from all over the country to come watch me do the 10-10-10. That's the Colonel's specialty. I can't tell y'all about it because I swore to secrecy. But all over the world, all from all around the country, man, they come see me, hook it up. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't do it though because my regional manager was a bully. She was a bully, and she was about 5'1", tyrant. She showed up one day. I just had one experience with her, and I quit. I said, that's it. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get my own thing. I'm not gonna be able to work for people. I gotta get my own thing, because this ain't gonna work. I gotta be my own boss. And like I say, being your own boss, it ain't for everybody, but for most people, I do believe it is. So we got to stop telling people being a boss ain't for everybody, because I know these Asian people, they may have a job over here at this restaurant right here, but they also got a part-time gig doing graphics or some type of video optimization, or they got a lawn care business. They got something, or they work at the nail salon part-time and they over here at school and they getting their business degree to start this business. They got something. They always got a couple of gigs, and they have some type of ownership in at least one thing. Just get some ownership in at least one thing so that you can always have something to fall back on. But as I said before, fam, if y'all can find that woman and tell her to reach out, let's find out if she got a GoFundMe. If she got a GoFundMe, she needs to share that GoFundMe so that we can get it and we can get the word out, help her get the word out. That's my time, fam. No more talk.